balance? Are you looking for balance? Is balance something you say you want? Well, so many people say that's what they want, and for years and years I poo-pooed it. I'm Libra. I say no balance. I say off balance on purpose. So today I'm going to still agree with that concept, and I'm going to bring out what you said you wanted. Now, some people publicly and some people privately have messaged me and said, this is what I think when I think about the word balance. These are the four themes that have emerged. And what I'm going to invite you to do is think about, all right, how do they resonate with me is number one. And number two is, how might I construct my life schedule to pull in more of what I want and less of what I don't want? Okay? And that for you might be balance. So I'm going to go through them in the order of kind of like what people said first and what people said most. Okay, so the first thing they might say, and these were basically all entrepreneurs. So the first thing people said was, I want time for my work. So I'll call that your great work in the world. The work that is in fact your calling. Now, there may be a side hustle, there may be a bridge job, there may be a full-time job as you transition over to your great work. So now that's a separate thing. But what I'm talking about when I say work is I'm talking about your great work in the world that matters, that is your mission and your life's purpose. That's your work. Okay? The next thing they said is, I want time to relax. Yeah, relax. Absolutely. Really important, right? The opposite, not the opposite, but the yang of the yin, or whatever that is, of productivity is relaxation and rest, right? So work and rest, that's important. Those two pieces, super, super important. Now, the other thing is there was some combination of different ways to say this, so I tried to sum it up and say movement and health. So some kind of either exercise or, way to get out in the world to feel more healthy, right? Maybe it's time to do some healthy meals, all that kind of thing. That's really important because, of course, that supports the ability of us to do that great work in the world and be who we want to be. Now, last but not least, this is important too, and I would submit that this is actually part of health, but it seemed to come up separately, so I'm going to bring it up separately. It is that quiet reflection time. And I'm grateful that this came up because often that tends to get a little pushed off to the side. So now here's the rub. So if we've got four basic categories, right? We have work, we have relax, we have movement, and we have reflect. Work, relax, movement, and reflect. I want to ask you this. If it's the beginning of your day and you get to the end of your day and one of those things is not done adequately, what's going to feel the worst? So if it's reflect, for example, which usually gets thrown by the wayside because that is seen as extra, I wonder if you don't begin with the end in mind, meaning that, have you ever gone on a trip? Of course you have. You've gone on a trip, and let's just say for sake of argument, you're taking a plane, right? Well, that plane's going to leave with or without you most of the time, right? So you know that you have got to have, your e-check-in, you've got to have your bags packed, you've got to have your act together, essentially, right? So treat your days like you're getting up the next morning super early to go on a plane. That doesn't mean you got to get up really early. That was kind of fun, huh? The whole thing fell down. Woohoo! Imperfection. Anyway, so that doesn't mean that you have to get up super early. What that means is think about, all right, if those are my four important things, at the end of my day, how will I feel if I haven't had time to reflect? Or maybe the better question is, how will I feel if I do have time to reflect? Because again, I just throw that one out there because that's the easy one. Usually people start with work, right? And that's it. And they might have time to relax. And they might barely have time to move. And like, do you see what I'm saying? Because work, especially if it's our great work, we want to do it all the time. Like, we never want to stop because we love it, right? And we still need to do those other things. And that's why people, I think, say they want the balance. So, that is your thing that you'll need to do to try to create your balance. And we're going to go ahead and do this whole exercise together, and then lots more. We're going to drill down deep into what each person wants to bring up as balance and how to achieve it for themselves. And that's going to happen on Veterans Day, Monday, November 11th, which is coming right up. And that's going to be at 12 noon Eastern, totally free, as always. Through the Overachievers Club. I cannot wait to see you there. If you are not an overachiever, look around on my website, private message me. There's lots of ways where you can go ahead and sign up, and you'll get the reminders every single month. Generally, not always, but generally they are on the first Monday of the month. I cannot wait to see you there. Oh, and I have a special surprise. So definitely come, because I'm going to unleash something on Monday. See you then. Bye.